Alright guys, today's day 57. I did do day 56 in this same 24-hour period. So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, go watch yesterday's video. I think it's a little better than probably my past weeks of my down mood I've been in. Much better mood, 100%. I finally switched my schedule. The watch is finally rotated, so now I'm on the midnight to noon, which is probably my favorite schedule, just because it allows me to eat the way I want without even thinking about it. Where like on the day watch, typically I don't eat breakfast anyways, but lunchtime, you know, is the time to eat and I get hungry. And then because I'm working outside all day, comes to dinner time and I want to eat more, especially when it's right in front of me. With this watch, I don't eat breakfast. I come up at midnight, I start my watch. Breakfast isn't until 7:30. So breakfast becomes my lunch. And I really do like breakfast food. So it makes it enjoyable. Because typically when I'm at home, breakfast food's usually, you know, between 10 and 12 is usually when I eat breakfast food. Like on the weekends when I actually, I don't know, on my normal schedule, you know. So now I can get back into my intermittent fasting that I've been doing. I got off at 12. I was able to get a run in. The ship is almost 1,000 feet, bow to stern. So 4 laps around is about a mile. Plus I did 4 laps up and down five levels of stairs, 5 stories of stairs. I had a little union meeting, and then I went and lifted for about another 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes, just to try to get myself a little more back on schedule for one. Because yesterday, falling asleep was tough. Like, real tough. Trying to fall asleep, you know, 4 or 5 hours earlier than you usually do. I woke up quite a bit, and I really didn't get much sleep. But I'm not necessarily tired today, even though I've been up since midnight, and it's now 2 o'clock. I actually feel pretty good. I'll tell you about the schedule though. Basically, I do my rover watch from midnight till 5:45 a.m. And then I join the other guys, which are starting their overtime hour, and that's typically sanitary, till 7:30, and then we have breakfast 7:30 to 8. Then 8 o'clock would technically start my overtime, 8 to 12. Today, I just painted for the first like 2 hours, and then I chipped for about 2 hours. That's probably gonna be how my days go for the next month. Definitely for the first 8 hours is my rover watch and sanitary. And sanitary is kind of a big deal right now because of the whole coronavirus, and we are in Asia, so it's kind of a big deal. I can't tell you how excited I am to finally be on a watch again though. The day watch sucks. Just working all day long sucks. I mean, it's not bad, the time goes by faster, but this watch and the noon to midnight is just much easier, you know, you get 6 hours of watch, and that's what we're here for. That's what an AB's job is, it's watch. So, luckily, I said 50, I'm at 57 days. So, my last 63 days will be as an actual watch stander. I'll be on my rover watch at the beginning of next month, which will be April, I'll start the noon to midnight, which is what I started with here. And that watch ain't too bad either, but preferably this watch is the best. Even though I won't be going out because of the whole virus thing going on, this watch also allows me, if I sacrifice my sleep, I don't have to necessarily sacrifice my overtime, but getting off at noon, I could go to town and for 5-6 hours if I wanted. And then mattering on the taxi ride sometimes. Taxi ride could take an hour, but I go to town for like 5 or 6 hours, and then basically knock out at like 6 o'clock and get 5.5-6 hours of sleep before my watch again. So that's what another plus side of this watch schedule. The schedule that we're on is technically called a European watch. So it's 12 on, 12 off, compared to standard watches, which are 4 on, 4 off, 4 on. And typically you would do your first 4 hours of watch, and then if there's overtime, mostly there is overtime, so you do your 4 hours of watch, your 4 hours of overtime, and then your 4 hours of watch. Or 4 hours of watch, 2 hours of overtime, 2 hours off, 4 hours of watch, 2 hours of overtime, however they want to do it. But European watch, so like when we are underway, I would turn to at midnight. I'd get relieved at 5:45. That's my first 6 hours of watch. My overtime would start at 6 till 10, 4 hours, and then my other 2 hours of my 8-hour watch would be 10 to 12. Now, the noon to midnight guy, his watch starts at 12 or noon. It goes till 1400, and then he does 4 hours overtime, 14 to 18, and then 18 to midnight is his other 6 hours of watch. Does that make sense? Well, for the day guy, it just about stays the same. He does 5:45, 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock is his 4 hours, and then 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock is his overtime. 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock is his watch again. So the European watch really only does the night watch and the swing shift. It only affects those two guys. The nice part is you bang it all out and you get 12 hours off, compared to the standard watch where it can be flipped around wherever they need you. You know, you could do 4 hours your watch, have 4 hours off to sleep, nap, whatever, 4 hours of watch, and then again 4 hours overtime if they're offering it. They could put that overtime on either end of your watch schedule. So it makes the watch really turn into sleep when you can, because if they need you, and they do it a lot for especially when they're docking and undocking a lot, when you're constantly mooring up a ship and unmooring a ship, they might call you out for your overtime in the beginning, so you get 2 hours in the beginning, do 4 hours of watch, you get 4 hours off, no work, 4 hours of watch, and then say you undock at the end, so 2 hours in the end again. So if that makes sense, that's the standard watch schedule. And it's pretty much the same for all 3 watch standards, where, you know, just 4 on, 4 off, flipping back and forth. I haven't done that yet. I don't want to say I'm looking forward to it, because breaking up your sleep like that to where you sleep when you can, you know, you got 4 hours off, you need to get a couple hours of sleep in before you go and watch again, because the next time you might only have 6 hours. Just like, you know, you really gotta squeeze in sleeping times for that. European watch, 12 on, 12 off. You could sleep 11 hours straight if you want. That's all I got for tonight. Today, actually, that's all I got for today, because it's not night. because I'm on the swing shift and it's 2 o'clock, 1400 for you guys that know military time. Please subscribe, please like, share, comment, question, do all that stuff. I gotta call Charmaine. She's probably upset with me. I'm out.